At the end of the day, they are stones. They do not move. And I'm like, why are these people in London seeing wax figures? Hey guys, welcome back to the Girl Gone London channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin. I'm an American expat living in the UK, and today I am talking all about the most overrated UK and London attractions. First things first, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're interested in more UK content. It helps other people see the content. It helps me make sure that you are notified when new videos go out on Mondays and Thursdays. And one more thing, if you are interested in moving to the UK, life in the UK, or even visiting the UK, make sure to join our Facebook group in the link below, as well as check out the Girl Gone London book. I hear from many people who aren't just moving to the UK but are only visiting that the sections on culture, communication, language, and other things to expect in the UK are really helpful when you take your once-in-a-lifetime trip. So before I start, I just want to say, disclaimer, these are my most overrated attractions in the UK. Seeing as how I've lived here for 10 years, I feel qualified to speak on it, but obviously people have different opinions when it comes to what is worth their time. And I don't necessarily think that all of these things are not worth visiting. I just think they're a little overrated. So the first four are London-based. This is the Girl Gone London channel after all, and the final one is elsewhere in the UK. Number one, the Shard. Now, the Shard is the tallest building in the UK. It was basically built right before the 2012 Olympics. I was actually studying abroad here as a student when it was being built, and I remember there was kind of a fear that it wouldn't be finished in time for the world to descend upon London for the Olympics, but it got finished, and it is basically a really pointy building in London that is known for having great views. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't have great views. I'm just saying those views are real expensive compared to the view that you get from the Walkie Talkie building, which has the Sky Garden on the 35th floor. A lot of people think, oh, the Shard, I think it's £20 plus per person. And you go up in an elevator and you get to kind of walk around the perimeter. I'm not saying it's not worth doing if this is like your life goal to go up in the Shard, or it comes in your London pass or something similar. But if you're looking for my favorite view in London, it's from the Sky Garden, which is completely free. You do have to book ahead, and it does get kind of busy during the really busy months, especially on the weekends. But as long as you know that you want to do it and you book ahead of time, I really prefer the free view from the Sky Garden to going up to the Shard. Okay, the next one, and this may be controversial, is the London Eye. Now, I have lots of caveats when it comes to the London Eye because I do think that is a really good view. And the London Eye was built for the millennium in 2000, and it has stayed up ever since. You rotate about 30 minutes around in these capsules, and they have 360-degree views of London. Again, I'm not saying that it's not a good view. I'm just saying for the price, for many families, I'm not necessarily sure that it's worth it. I think it is a little bit overrated as like the thing to do in London, but I would much prefer to take a boat ride along the river or just to walk actually below the London Eye. You'll get really good views, kind of panoramic views of Houses of Parliament and things like that. If you do go on it, I really think you should try for a sunny day or on a clear night. The problem with the London Eye is the London weather. So I think on a beautiful sunny day, definitely worth it. Probably not that overrated. The problem is on a gray, drizzly London day when you can only see like this far in front of your face, suddenly the London Eye does become overrated, and especially at night, if you also have limited visibility or it's super foggy, you know, it can just feel like you're going up in a bubble and seeing nothing. But on a clear night, maybe worth it. Definitely do your research on the London Eye. I think overall as an attraction, it's overrated, but I also do recommend people to go there. So it's kind of one of those things that you need to figure out for yourself, but definitely I would say if the weather is gray and gloomy or foggy, the whole point is for the view, so maybe ditch it. Next up, do not go to Madame Tussauds in London. The lines that I see outside of Madame Tussauds are horrendous. They are so long, and I'm like, why are these people in London seeing wax figures? Now, I don't have anything against Madame Tussauds. I'm from Orlando. home of the let's fake it and have fun. And so I understand wanting to go to something that is, you know, not everything needs to have some cultural significance, but like maybe go to Madame Tussauds in Orlando or like in Vegas if there's one, or somewhere where there's not as much to do as London that is fun, historic, cultural. I just don't really see why these tourists are waiting for wax figures. Again, if you love Madame Tussauds in London, comment below and let me know, but my opinion is Madame Tussauds in London is overrated and should definitely be skipped. And the final London overrated thing to do is to walk through Leicester Square. Again, this is where the overrated part comes in, because I do think that if you're in London, you should check it out, see what it looks like. But Leicester Square is kind of popular in tourist minds as being this place where they do like movie premieres, and it's kind of this like bustling Leicester Square. Guys, it's so touristy. It's in the heart of central London, so you're probably gonna pass it. I'm not saying don't walk through it. I'm just saying, like, there's an M&M world and really touristy restaurants. They know that tourists come to Leicester Square, and there's just not that much going on that I really feel is necessary. In Christmas time, they do have some lights, which are really pretty to look at, but most of the year, like, walk through Leicester Square to get to somewhere else. But I'm not sure that Leicester Square in and of itself should be your must-do. And the final thing I think is overrated about the UK, again, don't come for me, or do let me know your opinions. That's all part of traveling and all part of the fun. But I think Stonehenge is overrated. I'm not saying don't go. I'm saying it's a bunch of rocks. They do have a very good visitor center nowadays. They didn't always used to have this nice visitor center. So if you visited in the past, it definitely was pretty much just a bunch of rocks. The thing about Stonehenge is it's kind of out of the way of a lot of stuff. I thought it was very strange on the drive in on the bus when I like passed a KFC, because it kind of took me out of this like mystical, magical Stonehenge experience. At the end of the day, they are stones. They do not move. They haven't moved in a very long time. And again, for some people, this is like a pilgrimage, and this is something that you're gonna do no matter what I say. And I say, go for it, good for you. I just think that it's overrated in the sense that it's been built up to be this really mystical, magical, like wonder of the world. And I'm not sure I've ever really gotten that feeling being there. And if you do get that feeling, it kind of wears off quickly because it's just a bunch of rocks in a field. The sheep nearby are really cute. A lot of tours will combine Bath and Stonehenge, so you're not spending your whole day at Stonehenge, which you couldn't even spend a whole day there. But there are tours that have it as a stop, which I think is great. Again, I'm not saying don't do it, or if this is on your itinerary, then that's a problem or anything like that. And I think that if it's your once in a lifetime trip and you're never going to be back, or this has always been on your bucket list, you've got to go and make the decision for yourself if it's overrated. For me, it's overrated, but I am always willing to change my mind if they add more or suddenly the stones magically, mystically move. Okay, so that takes us to the end of the video on things that are overrated in the UK. Comment below on which ones you agree or don't agree with. If you visited the UK and you found things that you thought were overrated, let me know. Again, this channel is meant to be an honest channel, and we're not always going to agree. And also, I'm going to tell you things that I don't necessarily like about the UK, or things that I think visitors should skip, and hopefully you appreciate that honest advice. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.